My name is Mark West. I'm a wetland scientist and wildlife ecologist. We're going to learn about wetlands, their importance, and their ecology because they are amazing systems that provide a wide range of important benefits to both human and wildlife. A wetland is determined by three critical elements. First, water, in the form of water on the surface or water in the soil. Second, plant community. The vegetation that grows in an area determines whether it's wet or dry. And finally, soils. In the backwater behind me, you have fine sediment soils with muck. And that is why I can take my soil auger and just push it 3 feet into the ground. We're not in the river channel, we're in the backwater, so this only gets back floods into it from the river channel. This muck is filled with decaying plants, mushy soil that holds water and has lots of vegetation mixed in with it. And this organic content and the fine sediments trap toxicants and other sediments in the water column and incorporate them into the vegetation and clean the water before it's either recharged into the aquifer along the river floodplain or released into the main river, keeping the river water quality higher. These are critical wetlands to water quality function and the surrounding land here that drains into the river. Further upstream, looking at a dam that was built by beavers when the water was really low. So we're looking at the top of what may have been a 2 to 3 foot high dam. These are seasonal beaver dams that only get put in during low water, and typically every year when there's a major flood event in the spring, this will be washed downstream. Upstream, several feet of water is being held behind this dam, providing flood storage downstream. So beaver can provide incremental flood storage in a river floodplain. This is a red maple floodplain swamp. The river starts braiding into different channels. You have more backwaters here. The floodwater saved here higher in the watershed reduces the potential impact of flood events downstream, protects property owners along the river, and it's a critical element in the overall watershed protection along these rivers. These wetlands, these forested floodplain and scrub shrub wetlands, are key to the protection of damaging flood events. Upstream in a main part of the channel, and we have nice, healthy, protected forested buffers. What do those buffers do for the river? They shade the river from heating up too much. They provide stabilization to the banks. You can't see any heavy-duty erosion happening here. And they provide that filter for all the runoff coming into the river from the nearby watershed. The river floodplain protects water quality of the river and also provides habitat and fisheries habitat. The kind of wildlife I see out here includes wood ducks, otters, kingfisher fishing up and down the river, great blue herons. We also have snapping turtles, painted turtles, and another species, wood turtle, which is a less common species that lives in the river. And you also have a whole scrub shrub community with speckled alder, silky dogwood, winterberry, a lot of berry producing shrubs. You have songbird nesting habitat for sparrows and warblers. And so it's critical that the habitat along the river is not just the channel and not just that marsh vegetation there, it's the banks and underneath the overhangs and the logs. This is why there's protective setbacks from resources like a river here, because they're critical to water quality protection and wildlife habitat.